Hello guys, today I'm interviewing Paul Roberts for the second time. It's good to have him on again. And his updated record is 3 wins, three defeats, 2 draws. He's got his rematch for the Southern Area title against Jack the Punk Kid Hughes on the 23rd of July. And my first question,
right, yeah.
My first question for you is, how's training going?
Yeah, training's going well. I've sort of, since the fight, I sort of had a week off afterwards, and then just sort of been ticking over ever since, really. Just making sure I don't get myself too heavy. Just been ticking over. And then the fact that I have been ticking over and keeping the weight down just means that it's just going to make this training camp a lot easier, so yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, good to hear. Were you happy with your turnout with your fans at your first fight with Jack Hughes?
Yeah, I didn't do too bad. I think I sold not silly amounts, but about 60 tickets, I think. But for people, coming from, it's a 4.5-hour journey from where I live, so I had a coach full of people go up, and a few people from up in London that I know was up there. So yeah, I didn't do too bad. It was like good, I was happy with it. Steve Goodwin, the promoter of the show, was happy with the amount I'd done. So yeah, it went all right.
Yeah. Were your fans louder than his?
I'd say, from down south, they seem to have quite big mouths on them. So yeah, they do produce a bit of noise and have a little sing song. So yeah, I was chuffed with how they was.
That's good, mate.
Yeah.
Did you think you did enough to win? Because when I watched the fight after on YouTube, I thought you won by at least maybe two rounds.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I knew it was close. I knew there was lots of close rounds. I don't think either of us was winning any of the rounds convincingly. Don't get me wrong. A few of the rounds I thought, I won convincingly. I say I didn't win convincingly, but there was a few where I did, and then probably a few where Jack did, and the rest of them there was no convincing. So you couldn't grumble at the draw, but obviously, either or me or Jack would have liked it to have gone our way. My coaches felt that I'd done enough. I sort of was going on their word after the fight. So, and then with watching it back, you could see that the work I put in was, it just seemed to be the cleaner punches I'd say I landed, but Jack was coming forward towards the end of the fight, and so yeah, you can't grumble at the decision really. So, but I'm just thankful to get another opportunity, and I'm sure Jack is as well.
Yeah, it's a good stacked card that you're on as well on the 23rd. Are you headlining again?
I've seen. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I got a funny feeling there is going to be another Southern Area title fight of a higher weight category on the same night. So it wouldn't surprise me if, me and Jack would be first, and then they will be the sort of main headliner, but almost 2 co-headline acts as such for 2 Southern Area titles. So yeah, it's gonna be a packed card, a good show.
Yeah. Is it another 10 rounder?
Yeah, so another 10 rounds. Non-stop again, I'm sure.
Yeah. Are you gonna do something different to try and win more convincingly this time?
Absolutely. I'm sure Jack's going to as well. We're both going to go in there with 2 probably completely different game plans. So although it's stacked up to be a great fight, it's probably going to be a completely different one to the last, which is sort of exciting in itself, So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what what Jack's going to produce in there, and then I've got my little game plan. So it's just going to be a good, entertaining fight again, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
So have you been sparring well, mate? Have you?
Do you know, I haven't been sort of sparring that much recently, only with a few sort of local amateurs as such, but I've just been doing loads of work on the bags, pads and whatnot. It's a bit of a struggle for me down in this area to get sort of sparring, really. You've got to travel quite a long way, and with me working sort of 5 days a week as well, as soon as sort of training camp proper settles in, I'll be able to take a bit more time off of work to go to travel to spar, but as well, there's been a few local sort of flyweight super fly that have just fought or are fighting very soon, so almost timings hasn't quite worked out with sparring with those people, because they're either just coming to the end of their training camp and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it is what it is. We'll get there in the end.
Yeah, I'm sure you will beat Jack on the 23rd. But what if you do win? Does that take you on to will you defend the title once, then push on for the winner of Casey Kadimi v Ijaz Ahmad for the British, or what's the route?
Yeah,
if you manage to win.
Yeah, I suppose it would be in discussion with my manager and stuff afterwards. But I'd love to, say that I've defended the title a couple times. That would be great to then actually say you've held a title. The thing is that at my weight, there's actually quite a lot of sort of up and coming fighters at this weight now, whereas before, it was almost, there was a maximum of sort of 6 to 8 fighters, whereas now we've got almost sort of nearer to 20. So it's actually going to be, it'd be nice. There'd be good domestic sort of fights in England for a Southern area title, or maybe English title or something like that. They're just going to be some real good domestic fights, I think, at the to be fair, over all of the weights at the minute, boxing is just booming. And for domestic in this country, as you've seen, there's been loads of fights recently where domestically are just really doing well.
I was talking to Jordan Perkis, who's fighting 4th of June at your weight. He says if he wins on the 4th of June, I think he's against Stephen Maguire or something, a good journeyman. He says if he wins, he would want to fight the winner of UV Jack. Would you take that fight, Jordan Perkis?
Yeah, of course. I don't, there's, there's no, at the end of the day, you've always got to take the best opportunity for you at the time. And I'm sure Jordan would say it himself, or, anyone, boxers don't back out against people. We're just, you'd have to be a real shameful one to actually not want to fight someone. So, all us boxers will all fight each other at the right weights, so, but we all just have to, you got to think be ahead a little bit and take the best opportunities for you at the time. And if fighting Jordan for the title again to keep hold of it is the next fight for me, then that would be the route I take. But then if there's a better opportunity that comes along,
the British comes along.
Well, you never know after Ayaz Ahmed or Casey Kadimi, or maybe the English title, anything could come along. You just never know. But obviously you've got to get past Jack Hughes first. So there's no point looking too much into the future, but you never know.
Yeah. Will you be watching the rematch with no, it's a trilogy actually, with Casey v Ijaz?
Yeah.
Will you watch it?
I'll certainly watch it on
BT,
YouTube or whatever. Yeah, it's on BT,
Sport.
is it?
BT Sport.
Yeah, so I'll either watch it live or within the days afterwards of on YouTube or something. But yeah, it's both of the fights have both been good and close, haven't they? So
Yeah, I was
yeah,
at one of
two
them.
good fighters. Was you?
Yeah, because
You enjoy the show?
I got tickets off Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the show? Was there many others on the card as well?
Yeah, it was Anthony Yard for before he in August.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
got a first round stoppage, and then there was like Sam Maxwell, the
Oh
Akita
yeah,
bound for
that's
the
right.
Commonwealth title.
Yeah, that
And
that
the
was
British
a
main
great
event
fight.
or something, British title main event.
Yeah.
Hikachi. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good night actually, boxing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins the trilogy, mate?
They're just two completely different fighters, aren't they? Like Ayaz Ahmed has just come forward all the time with just pressure, whereas Casey is just like a really good, a brilliant boxer. So
Yeah.
it's just who's going to be the best on the night, a bit like it is with everything. And I think at the end of the day, almost boxing's a tough sport, and sometimes it does dwell down to actual toughness, and
Yeah.
anyone could beat anyone on the night. We all have our off days, we all have our on days, and
Yeah.
it's all down to on that night.
So you're on the fence, you're not sure?
No, I'm not really. If Casey puts on a brilliant boxing performance that night, then I can see him winning. Whereas if Ayaz Ahmed comes on just with great fitness and just does not stop and catching him with clean shots on the way forward all the time, then potentially, he could win. So
yeah,
it
should
is
be
a
a good
proper
fight.
50-50. Yeah, it will be. It will be.
I'm gonna say Casey because I've just got.
Yeah, I would go more towards Casey as well. To be fair.
Yeah, but I won't be surprised if Ijaz wins.
No, you never know. You never know.
Who would you prefer to fight out of the two of them?
Again, just being a boxing man, it wouldn't bother me. Just got to take the best route.
You would just go in there trying
to whoever
they put in front of you, you've just got to try and beat.
Exactly, that's that. You either win, you lose, you draw. You just move on, keep training.
Yeah.
Away you go again.
I
just love boxing.
I think Jack Hughes and his team underestimated you because they had a look at your record and they said they probably looked at it and thought it would be an easy win.
Yeah.
But you proved that you're no journeyman. You're definitely there to win. And
absolutely.
in my eyes, you beat him.
I think everyone in the sort of in my weight category underestimates me because of my record, which I know I have lost. I know I lost to Reece Taylor and stuff, but there's no point in putting excuses out there. Who is it? I lost to Reece Taylor. You've got Adam Hutchinson, who I lost to, and then I forgot some say that Adam Hutchinson actually almost beat Harvey Horn in a fight because it was very close. So again, mine and Adam's could have gone either way. So it was one of them. And then I thought that Kvicha Gigaslavi, who I lost to, and he turned up on the night at a silly weight above me. And if I'm honest, I just sort of took the fight a bit sort of last minute and tried to sell some tickets to get a bit of money, and it didn't pay off. It was one of them. He was sort of the only opponent I could get, and I sort of had to put on a bit of weight to get to his weight. Didn't really put on enough in that time scale, and he was a lot bigger, heavier, and you see him sort of fighting at super feather now. So and there was me, who's a super flyweight. And to be fair, again, that could have gone either way. I know the scorecard said it couldn't, but it was very close. And a draw against Brett Friedel was again an either way. Brett, of everyone in boxing knows about Brett Friedel, how good of a fighter he is, and he could he could go on to do big things really if he was a ticket seller. So
Yeah, he won his last 2 fights, I think.
yeah, he is, and again, he's actually categories above me. I know he has fought at super fly, but I think that fight was at bantam or super bantam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
all
sold
fun and
many?
games.
Have you sold many tickets for the rematch against Hughes?
Only done about 20 odd so far, but obviously got a long way. Yeah, that's just tickets. What I've actually got out. Obviously, I've got loads of people on the waiting list to get some. It's just a case of when you got a sort of 8 till 5 job and then training before and after it, it's hard to go and meet these people to actually give them the tickets. So it's just finding the time to get them out. And yeah.
You've got quite a few who's like reserved.
Yeah, I should do the same again, if not more, hopefully. So yeah, should be all right.
I'm not sure if I can come because I think I might be on holiday.
That's fine. Do not worry. It'll be on YouTube, won't it? You'll see it at some point.
Because I know I said I would try to get down to the first fight, but I'm just busy. But I promise you, I will come support you as soon as I can.
Do not worry, mate. Honestly, it's fine. You're already supporting me by doing things like this, so thank you very much.
You're gonna win the title, mate. Yeah, win the title.
Yeah, too right. I'll do it for you.
Yeah. Wait. So if you win or like if you lose, I know you're gonna win. But like if there's like a step back, I'm not saying there will be, will you still like continue to fight in these 50-50s or will you step back if you lose?
No, I want to fight 50-50. And I think win or lose, I think there'll be more 50-50 fights out there. You know, if I win, there's going to be people that want to get the title off me.
Yeah.
And if I lose, there's going to be people thinking I'm an easy option, which, you know, they'll be underestimating me again. So
yeah,
there's definitely potential out there, win or lose. But at the end of the day, you know, in my eyes, I can only see a win coming my way. And I'm sure, obviously, Jack feels the same. So it's
he's
always
going to take your head off.
Yeah, that's what boxing's all about, isn't it? You're going in there
to take each other's heads off.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at, you know, Southern Area title level, over 10 rounds. You know, it's a hurting game, isn't it? Boxing. I know it's a bit different at our lighter weights, but we're still in there throwing a few heavy punches here and there. So
yeah. Have you watched many of the fights recently? Like, did you watch Bivol Canelo the other week?
I watched it the day after on repeat as such. Yeah, I just a bit like what Eddie Hearn said. You know, Canelo is an all-time great. He's an amazing fighter, but he does have no right to be up at that sort of a weight, considering the weights what he's fought at before. You know, at the likes of welter, super welter, whatever it was he fought at Floyd Mayweather, and
he's got
kept going up.
He's got the trilogy with Trilogy in September.
Yeah, that's more like it. I feel like he almost should never have. Fair play to him to obviously fight Bivol, but I feel like he almost should have gone for the Triple G fight before that. But at the end of the day, he's earning serious amounts of money, and he didn't make himself look stupid in there, did he? Because he is a world-class fighter.
Yeah.
It was just Bivol was just too big, and that's just, you know, that's just how it is.
Yeah. How many more fights do you want to have this year? So you've had one already. You're getting out in July. How many more after the rematch are you trying to get?
I'd like to hope for 2 more, really.
2 defenses.
Whether that would be the case. Yeah, whether it be, you know, defense for the title or to move on to another title, you know, or two defenses of the title. That would be great. But yeah, I'd like to hope for 2 more. But if it is only going to be one after the Southern Area, just one defense or one whatever, then it is what it is. But yeah, I would like to have 2 more, really.
Yeah.
You know, one sort of, I'd say early to mid-October, and then one sort of just before Christmas would be nice.
Yeah. My last question is, who do you think will win, Canelo or Triple G in the trilogy?
I think Canelo will win.
By knockout or points?
I would probably say, a late stoppage, I'd say.
Yeah, same.
Late stoppage. He's just a machine, isn't he? And Triple G's, although Canelo's not obviously getting any younger, but Triple G's just that bit older, although he's absolutely solid, isn't he? But even Canelo's probably just that little bit too big for Triple G, really.
Yeah, I think Canelo would just wear him out eventually.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate.
Do you want to shout out like your sponsors or like any of your trainers?
Yeah, I've just come back for a run, so I'm still in my sweaty t-shirt with all my sponsors on. So I've got Max Cranage, who comes in the corner with me. He was obviously in the corner my last time, but also, you know, does a lot of training, a lot of pad work, and a lot of strength and conditioning stuff. Jewel, who make me these lovely t-shirts. And then you've also got Max Mainwaring, another personal trainer who helps me out. Loring Developments, which is a building company who always comes to support me. Current Electrical, a great electrical service who always come and support. The biggest one here, where's it to? Town, might not be able to see it. Town and Country Pub Solutions, that's my old man, and he's obviously the biggest sponsor and the best bloke out there. And then, many more Freedom Leisure and Charred and and Illness and Waste services. So you know, they all help me out. Yeah, I've got a good few. They all help me out, you know, as much as they can, you know, as little or as much as whatever they can do here and there. I'm not one that goes hunting for sponsors. I just sort of let them come to me, and I'm always appreciative of their help, like, you know.
Yeah. I just want to say a massive thank you for coming back onto the channel. 23rd of July, you'll be the new Southern Area champion.
Thanks, mate. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be good. Thank you for your time, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Cheers, buddy. And you.
Bye, mate.